everyone. Mr. Devil here, Kenny Danico, 3-time Stanley Cup champion of the New Jersey Devils. And you're listening to the Uncle Pucker's New Jersey Devils podcast. Let's go, Devils!
Welcome to the Uncle Pucker New Jersey Devil podcast. I'm Chris with Tim and Bobby. We just finished watching the Devils blow a 2-goal lead to the Pittsburgh Penguins and lose 4-2. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's what the final was.
Yeah.
And
I turned it off after the empty netter.
Just a message to the Devil players that these last two games, these are the reasons why nobody gives you a chance against Carolina. You know, this is exactly why everybody already has penciled in Washington, Carolina for round 2. And the way that their inconsistent play, I can't say I blame them. You know, when they look like they're starting to get going, it's always one step forward, 2 steps back with this team. And at game 79, that's worrying for me. Bob, what were your takeaways, or just what are you looking going into the playoffs here?
I mean, just generally not happy right now. I mean, these games are nothing but tune-ups for the playoffs. We know who we're playing. It mathematically cannot change. We know what we have to do. You start with a 2-0 lead, bang, bang, pretty quick in the first period against bottom-feeding team. And this is what you come away with. I wanted to say it's one game because the first 2 goals, very circumstantial, right? Very weird goals that they happened, okay? But they did. And it's 2-2, and you couldn't do anything with it against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And now you got 3 games left. And, before we would look at the schedule and be like, oh, well, the Boston, Pittsburgh, Islanders, Boston, Red Wings, that could be 5 wins in a row. And maybe we were more worried about the Rangers just because of the kind of rivalry aspect. And no, it's be more worried about the shitty teams below us because they just don't seem to want to beat them. And, it sucks.
Do you think that this is like it's like a motivation thing? Because like they're completely up for the Ranger game, like when they put their best foot forward, they're a really dominant team. And we've seen it throughout the year, but it's that lack of just consistency. We've said it, since Christmas. But, Tim, your thoughts? I'm sorry, Bobby, go ahead.
I was going to say, just to finish, this seemed a little bit more like last year where, the one little thing went wrong and they just stopped again. They stopped. There was no pushback in this. Maybe because it doesn't matter. I don't know. I just think at this stage of the game, I just would expect just everything everybody's got to really go into the playoffs feeling well.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say. Is it really did feel like just one little oopsie mistake, and they just kind of fell apart. Bad penalties, like just multiple bad penalties. Like, and I know their first goal wasn't on a power play, but it's right afterwards, and we came out on the front foot. Like I was like, oh. All right, like these guys are cooking, and then about 10, 15 minutes into the first, it kind of evened out a little bit, and it was a little bit back and forth, but we didn't really get any like decent chances after.
That's what I was just gonna say.
After the first, we had several in like the first 15 minutes, several good chances.
Well, we didn't make Jari work for that.
No, not after the first intermission. They just kind of fell into this shell, and it's frustrating to watch this shit, man. We didn't capitalize on the power play, and then we can't just rely on that. Like we can't. They need to manufacture some sort of 5-on-5 offense, and they're just not. And this kind of Allen was okay. He was spraying rebounds all over the place.
Rough day for rebounds.
He wasn't bad, and he fought through it. It's kind of like a pitcher who doesn't have his best stuff and kind of battles through and maybe, gives up 3 runs or something like that. But like, it's just two bad breaks, and they just mentally fell apart. These mental tiny people.
The one thing about
short people,
mental tiny
that
people.
is literatory with mental.
Can we seriously not say midgets anymore? Like, is that really a thing?
I didn't want to offend you, Chris.
I'm taller than you.
Hot kettle.
Exactly.
Hey, between us in a trench coat, we could get into an R-rated movie.
Yeah, exactly. Can I get 4 tickets for Asses of Fire, please? No. Okay.
No.
So, the thing that worries me, or it's beginning to worry me, is that Jesper Bratt has now gone into witness protection over the last week or so. And it's like, this is the one thing that was the knock on him about the playoff run 2 years ago. So I really like this team needs Jesper Bratt, Nico Hischier, and Timo Meyer to lead the way. When I thought in the beginning of this game, when Hala and Palat scored so quick, like you guys, I was like, wow, this is going to be a blowout. And I
It's route time. Yeah,
expected
exactly.
the Myers and the Heishers and the Mercers and the Brats to get in on the fun. And I thought this was going to be a, 5-1, 6-1 game where everybody has multiple points and we're looking good and feeling good about ourselves. Instead, it was the complete opposite. Like, we need Hala and guys like Hala and Palat to score in the playoffs, but we need a whole lot more than just those guys. So that's the thing that's kind of worrying for me, is like the Jesper Bratt kind of cooling off a little bit. I don't know.
Brad had a goal and assist against the Rangers and has 4 points in his last 5 games. I mean, that's cooling off.
Yeah, for Brad it is. Like I mean, like the driving the play and stuff like that. Like well, let me put it this way: he hasn't been super noticeable in just the eye test. Like Jesper Bratt, when he's at his best, he had a horrible game against Boston, which I'll say
He did. The whole. Yeah, he did.
But that might be the only bad game that dude has played all year. He's been phenomenal. And I just get nervous that he's going to turtle come the playoff time. Because of the past his prologue here. And if we go by that rule, then it really, we're done anyway. Because
I really, really need to just stop this narrative that he didn't show up in the playoffs is false. Like, he was driving play, he was controlling chances, controlling shots. I realize you don't give a shit about, and he wasn't putting up points, but we were playing one of the best goalies in the entire league in the first series, and the entire team got the doors blown off them in the second series. Mm-hmm. So, like, I disagree with that narrative that he didn't show up in the playoffs. Like, I just don't think that's true, because you need to, when you're not putting up numbers and you're not putting up points and goals, you need to look under the hood and make sure that someone's playing well.
I would have to watch all 7 games of that Rangers series again to like get fresh in my mind. But going back to where my thought pattern was 2 years ago when this happened, I didn't see him doing all the things that you say he's doing. Now, maybe I'm wrong and I need to go back and watch them. I'm just saying from myself, I didn't see those things. So.
All right. Well, we're in a fight. So fuck you.
Bob's got something to say.
Well, I think, it was just a show or two ago I had mentioned that I was so elated with kind of our key guys stepping up and doing what they need to do, Brad amongst them. Other than probably his worst game of the year against Boston, I'm not ready to say he's not doing as well right now when you throw this game into the mix too. But my only concern is, listen, I give a pass either way for what happened in that playoff round. We got one side for Chris and one side for Tim. It was one playoff series, and
you're right.
I'm not judging the guy on that. That is when I first started to notice, though, him controlling the play, coming down the boards, and then like kind of always missing the net or missing the opportunity for the net. But I'm not gonna sit here and say whether or not it didn't show up at all. I'm not concerned that he's not showing up this time around.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think that's going to be an issue. It's just in my crazy head. These are the things that I think about sometimes. And I don't think he's going to, this dude has grown as a player every single year. And I expect even next year him to be better. He will in his career be 100-point guy. At least one season he'll get there.
I think what's
he's one of the only players I've ever really seen where you can see noticeable, demonstrative growth every single year. It's actually pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Let's move on past that. It's
just a testament to just a testament of his mental fortitude. Like, this dude eats, sleeps, breathes, hockey and how to get better. And I tell you, if everyone on our team lived that lifestyle and that off season, my goodness, man, we would be able to blow anybody
I'll just
away.
button up
just-
this segment too. It's just for me, it's not about Brat. It's that in this game, under these circumstances, the frustration we're feeling is that one of our top key guys should have brought this game back into reality, kind of tamed it back in, and maybe came up with a big goal or a huge moment. Because to let this game go against the Penguins is just not acceptable. So whether it's Brad or Heischer or Timo, somebody should have
You're
stepped
right.
up and did this one, because
and honestly,
you got a
like,
2-goal lead, which means you got a long time to get that third goal and that winning goal.
and the opportunities were there. Like Luke had like 6-7 shots, missed
He
a
hit a
couple,
post.
hit a post.
Scored a goal.
Nico made a nice
Exactly.
yeah, Jesus Christ. Nico had a nice little spin move, fed to somebody. Like Cotter tried a ridiculous stick between the
Oh,
legs.
God, that would have been so nice.
Like
man.
that would have been so
That would have
filthy.
been
Cotter,
so sweet.
Cotter cracks me up, man. He's like a plug for like 12 minutes, just absolutely invisible. Looks like he has no fucking idea what's going on, and then pulls out one of the most insane highlight reel. Like his highlight tape is outrageous. You'd think he was one of the best players in the fucking league.
Did you
if
see
you
the
saw
record?
if you saw his highlight
What's
reel.
his record for what?
The record he just got tonight?
No.
No.
Oh, the
look at
most
it
hits.
twice. Most hits.
Yeah. Ever
Like,
in the Devils.
that's-
A
I
regular
thought he
season.
did that a while ago. I thought he.
They just showed the graphic tonight.
Yeah, they
Like,
said it
was it?
today.
52 or something like that. And
Oh, I for
And-
some reason I thought he beat Coleman's record like a while ago. I guess not.
I don't know, but I mean,
I-
that's
they
just
did
like
mention it
silently
today.
awesome.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
guy
it's
has
just,
so much to offer. We always said it. Like, if you packaged all that together with those hands and became a 30-goal scorer,
It's
Good
unbelievable.
Lord.
I know. And I really like Daniel Sprong again tonight. Like
I agree.
he had so much jump that I texted you guys in the middle of this, but he had one ridiculous rush where he cut through the whole team and then just ate shit behind the goal line. It doesn't matter right now. That's why I feel like I can kind of laugh about some of the stuff that happened. Like that was a frustrating game, but like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore.
I know I share that with you that it doesn't matter. But
It doesn't
that's why
matter
at the
standing
same
wise.
time,
It
it's
matters.
so
It
aggravating.
matters mentally for them.
Right.
It matters. This game mattered. I mean, not in the points, not in the standings, but exactly how you go into next week, which I'm really hoping the game one is on Easter, not on Saturday night, because I'll be off and I can actually watch it. But I just think that, you got to feel good going into the playoffs and you got to get your game right. And, Bobby, I agree with you totally. When that second goal was scored, something should have clicked on that bench. They should have taken the game over. And they have the skill. They have the tools to do that. But sometimes, I don't know, if they get in their own head, they're lackadaisical.
A bad penalty, and then they got that scored on once. That was such a weird goal. It was just kind of hanging out on Allen's skate. Kind of feel for Luke. I know what he was trying to do.
Sure.
Like, trying to, like, your stick's in the way, and you're kind of like, fuck, my stick's right here, and then you're trying to like lift it over, and then you accidentally like hit it.
Was that like a balance thing where he's like, okay, I got to move? And
well, like, because he's got it behind the goal line, like he's positioned correctly, but then the puck starts like shaking free, and he almost tries to, like, doesn't want it to hit his stick, so he moves his stick right directly into the path of it, because like he was trying to move his stick out of the way so he could kind of swat
so he can knock it out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but unfortunately
Exactly.
hit the puck in the And then that second goal, like, it hit Allen again with a bad
Big
rebound. That's a bad
yeah.
rebound. He's got to kick that out somewhere else.
But again, that's a team. That's the team cover up right there for Luke. That's what I'm saying. Like, he lets that in. It's a total weird fluky thing. He was doing his best just to hold that position for as long as he did, and then sweep it in. Like, you get one back for him.
But
Like,
the offense is just anemic again. And one thing that I haven't really brought this up, but one thing that I've kind of frustrated me a little bit with how this team is structured and how they play is oftentimes in the neutral zone, their first instinct is to go backwards to the defense and regroup, which then lets the other team set up, and it makes it harder to get through the neutral zone.
Sure.
What they're not doing is pushing the puck forward. I don't see, and they waste so much time kind of trying to set up these structured zone exits and breakouts and neutral zone regroups that they're not pushing the puck forward and through the neutral zone. And then also they'll push it back to the defenseman, and then what they'll wind up happening is the defenseman will just pass it to try and throw it to a forward who's got a guy on him. It's basically like a quarterback
Or
throwing it to a receiver in coverage.
right,
You know,
or
it's
the
just
opposition is very good at
yeah,
forechecking, and you never get it back
yeah.
out.
Or like we just passed got too many guys that are flat footed. It happened once where Timo was bully Pesci had the opportunity to hit Timo going in the zone full speed. Timo had to hit the brakes to not go off sides. Pesci kind
Hmm.
of slowly gets into the zone, then hits
Right.
Timo when Timo's flat footed and stuck, and it kills the
Yeah,
play. It's just I see this so many times. It's just I don't know what it is. It's just that
which
this offense is so anemic right now.
which is strange because when they play forechecking game, they're really good at it. You know, when they play physical, this team is very good at keeping other teams kind of on tilt when they play the physical game. They just don't do it enough. And you're right. Not everything has to be a beautiful highlight reel. We don't have to regroup and do our, planned zone entry. Sometimes just throw it in, go hit some fucking bodies, get the puck back, and try and produce some offense.
Yeah.
They don't do that enough. I
Also,
agree with you.
in zone, you'll see that they do this so much is they will rim the puck back and forth to the points, and we don't have good enough defensemen. Now that Casey's there, he's like him and Luke are the only guys that can actually corral a puck off the boards and actually do something with it. Every other guy on our decor just sends it right back down along the boards, and then our forwards aren't there to forecheck and win a puck battle and get it back. And then our spacing is all fucked up in the forecheck. So one pass gets through the entire forecheck, and then they're gone into a transition. It's really frustrating to watch, man. Like I'm holding out hope that they pull it together and somehow give Carolina a fight. But I know deep down inside that it's going to be a tough slog to even get one win against these
Well,
guys.
when you see a game like this in the game against Boston, that's where, the confidence
That's where
that
it
we
comes
had just
from.
a couple
Yeah.
days ago, we were like, if they just play this way, they're going to be fine. But then they go ahead and not once, but twice against bottom feeding teams. So, yeah, it's very frustrating. But hey, how about that hit by Casey? I didn't know that was in
Yeah.
his game, right? That was
Look,
pretty cool.
the numbers say that Casey gets caved in as much as Nemec does, but he doesn't make any stupid mistakes. Like he doesn't give up on coverages. I don't want to say he gives it the old college try, but like he's actually breaking up plays behind the net.
Well, when you say
his
he gets
angle,
caved in, what numbers? Like, what are we looking at? Like
like
D zone
yeah, D
time and
zone,
stuff.
D zone
Okay,
time, shot chances against. Basically like the
because he's definitely not giving up more
expected.
goals than
No, no,
Nemec,
no, not
right?
at all. And
Okay.
there's actually a stat floating around out there that goalies, when Casey's on the ice, have like a 985 save percentage, and when
Our
Nemec is
goalies?
on our goalies, yeah,
Okay.
and when Nemec is on the ice, it's like it's awful. So like Nemec's mistakes are getting exposed, but that's because his mistakes are bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like not tracking when that guy on Minnesota tipped the puck in. That was Nemec's guy. You got to stay with him. I don't see Casey making any of these mistakes. He keeps the pucks in the corner and along the boards. He's not giving up any real chances in the high slot. Oh, he did kind of give up one to Malkin today, but
Yeah,
whatever.
but he could. It was just pass it up the boards next time. He doesn't make that mistake
Yeah,
again.
exactly. And
I
he just
agree.
has so much more offensive juice. And one thing he really
I love the
does
kid.
really well is when the Devils, one of their offensive sets, like there's really not a lot of like formations like basketball or lacrosse in hockey in the offensive zone. One thing the Devils do, and we talked about it when I did the little film club with Tim the other day, is that a forward will pop out and they'll have three guys high
Mm-hmm.
across the top. He's so perfect for that, and that's actually how Palat scored. Is Glass pops out to the top in between the
Mm-hmm.
D. Casey is so good at that little 5 to 10 foot pass that Glass just one times right off of Palat's leg. So you got to keep starting this kid over Nemec. Sorry, Simon, but we're sending you and Palat to Seattle for Jared McCann.
I mean, I love Seamus Casey. I think his vision is phenomenal. He's a great passer, and exactly what you said. He doesn't do the stupid play. He's very smart defensively, and he's only going to get better. He's got a little Brian Rafalski in him,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I like that a lot. I loved Rafalski. But before we move on to some other stuff, is there anything you guys want to button up here with tonight's game, or any other thoughts before we
No,
get a little bit into Carolina and we have a new game that we're going to play?
it was
So
nice to see the first period effort. Those first 10 minutes were good. The rest of the game was meh. I kind of want to just grow from there. Like use that. Bryce kept bringing this up. He was like, "Well, this
Yeah,
will
the
this will get
film.
this will get used in the film room." It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like they're playing like shit right now.
I feel like all they're doing right now is watching Carolina film because they were not ready for Pittsburgh.
No,
That's-
no. I'm working on something that we can talk about when we do our playoff review about how we match up against Carolina across a lot of different things with a lot of different stats.
Well,
I've done a disgusting amount of work in Excel to parse out some numbers.
this coming Thursday will be our playoff preview show. By then, we will have everybody, all the seeds, all the matchups, and all the numbers. We'll go over them. We'll pick our brackets, and most importantly, first round. Also, we will post this week on our social media sites our Uncle Pucker bracket. So that we're doing. It's free to anybody. Hop in, do a bracket, and winner is going to get dinner with Bobby. You have to pay though. But dinner with Bobby, he buys drinks. He likes tequila, and he's pretty easy once he has a few.
They have to come to me.
The NHL season. Yeah, you got to go to PA though. Now we can do a little housekeeping. This NHL season has been as predictable as a puck rolling on its edge. No one knows where it's going, but that just means there's time for your favorite team to figure things out. And games left for you to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. And if you're new to DraftKings, new customers can bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 back in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, visit dkng.co/audio. That's DraftKings Sportsbook with code THPN. The crown is yours.
That was a long read.
I would like a crown.
They are annoying. We can go to Burger King. You can get one.
Yeah. When you buy dinner for the person.
My sister
That's where
was.
we're going, by the way. We're going to go to Burger King, and we'll
There you
just BYOB because, guys, I mean, real quick.
Burger.
Yeah.
You bring in Burger King burger, right? It is better than McDonald's, right? We all agree on that, right? Can we just? I don't want to be a big infomercial here. I'm just saying, like,
No, I will agree with you, but I have a reason why I don't go to Burger King. And the reason I don't go to Burger King is we have one Burger King in this town. And it's been here for about 50 or 60 years, maybe more. And never, ever, ever anybody there. And it's like the parking lot's always empty. I don't even know if it's open sometimes. Like I drive by and I'm just like, did that Burger King close? And no, they're open. So I don't go there because I just don't trust the place that I never see cars in front of. And McDonald's is literally walking distance from my house. So but I do like Burger King better.
yeah, and we're talking like burger to burger, not like the
Burger to
Quarter Pounder,
burger.
like burger to burger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Maybe yours
Burger
is
King.
like a front for meth.
Yeah, maybe it's
Like
just a money laundering.
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Is it the original one on 37 that you're talking
Yeah.
about? Like
Yeah.
2 doors down from the McDonald's, the original
Yeah,
McDonald's.
right
on
next door to
37?
the old McDonald's.
Had a
You
fun.
know, but the
Yeah.
newer McDonald's is the one that's right by my house, and they just opened a Chipotle, like basically walking distance to my house.
I got that, and a Chick-fil-A just opened up.
It's crazy. Tom's River does not have a Chick-fil-A.
They're a little overrated. I gotta be honest with you.
I like them.
It's
Chick-fil-A
good,
is
but you will
overrated.
be hungry when you're done. That sandwich does not satiate you like
You got to get like
burger.
5 of them.
Yeah, they really don't fill you up.
Just wait till you get
Fries are good, though.
wait till you get a Raising Cane's in your neighborhood. That Texas toast.
Yeah. My kids have gone to Raising Cane's in like PA and Philly and the city, and they absolutely love it. I went to Chick-fil-A one time because it's one town up in Brick, and it was a whole family. We were just out for the day or whatever. The kids wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, and this was a couple of years ago. and it's packed inside, right? So I'm walking to the table. I got, 4 chicken sandwiches, all the drinks and everything, and I stumble, and all the sodas fall onto my friggin' daughter. Just completely soaked head to toe in soda. She loses her shit. Everybody's staring at. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like cleaning it up, and nobody even came out to like
How old is she at this
help.
point?
Oh, let's see. She was probably about 15.
Okay,
So
so
she was
at least
she
she wasn't
was
like 8 or
no, so she runs into the bathroom. My wife goes with her. My son just kind of walked outside like I don't know these people. And I'm stuck there cleaning this mess up. And like she came out of the bathroom with like my wife's sweatshirt tied around her. Like we had to go to Target so she can go in and buy clothes. So it like not only cost me all the money from Chick-fil-A because we had just basically ate in the car with no drinks because I just took this stuff and left. I had to buy her a whole new friggin' outfit. That was my only time in Chick-fil-A. So
yeah.
guys,
That's a dramatic story.
I said I said before that passed as prologue, and I really hope that's not the case because we have faced the Carolina Hurricanes 6 times in the postseason. In 2001, the Devils won in 6. Marty had 2 shutouts. We only allowed 8 goals to them in 6 games.
I still remember that being tense as hell, though.
I don't remember that
At
series,
least
Bob.
tense,
That was a
I
second
don't.
round series, right?
Yeah.
Or was that the conference final?
No, I think it was second round, but
No,
I
because
just,
2000.
I don't remember anything specific about the games. I just remember not feeling good about it. But we won, and Marty had 2 shutouts, so I guess they did better than I remember.
And then in 2002, the Canes won in 6. In
Maybe that's the one.
2000 and what?
Oh, the one they lost. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
2006, the Canes won in 5. Then they went on to win the cup. 2009, that was the heartbreaker at the Rock. Canes in 7. And then 2023, 2 years ago, Canes in 5 in the second round.
Do not like
6 times, 1 win. Are we
now
due?
again? This only recent history kind of matters because those other teams have absolutely nothing to do with the current team, other than the mystique of the fact that we can't beat Carolina. But a fair contingent of both our 2 teams have survived since the last ass whooping they gave us 2 years ago, and for that, I will be scared. I've always said that. I said it all year that I did not want to play Carolina. I wanted to get into the playoffs and do anything else but Carolina. I don't like playing Carolina, and I hate them.
Yeah, I hate them too. I hate their structure. I hate how they play. They just have, they have a bunch of nameless, faceless people just rotating in and out of their lineup. And they have an elite decor. Since Freddie Anderson came back, he's been very good. They don't have any high end game breaking players. Like that's it. Like Aho has like 70 points. Even Smechikov has like 50 points.
So does that go into the game plan? Is it harder to like plan against them because you're not shutting down any one particular unit or anything?
Chris's point, and look, I will shit all over Jesper Bratt if he has a bad playoffs because we need Bratt and Nico and Timo to run train on Carolina to have any fucking chance, and we need Jacob Markstrom to have a massive series. And this is why I know Allen has been better from a general metrics perspective when you look at like the kind of season's body of work. Markstrom's ceiling is so much higher. He can actually steal games. And you cannot leave rebounds hanging around against Carolina like he did all night tonight. You just can't do that. Like Markey on his A+ game, like he gives us a chance, but like it's pretty bleak beyond that. And they're
steal a couple in a row too. That's the thing about him. When he gets hot, he gets hot for like a period of time.
Yeah.
If Jake Allen sees any ice time in the playoffs, we're fucked. We're fucked. I mean,
it probably means we pulled our goalie. Yeah,
right.
Okay. Allen has stolen a game.
Should not see any ice time in the playoff. This is Markey's net. This is why he was brought here. Yes. He has like you said, Tim, a much higher ceiling. And if you're going to go far in the playoffs, he's got to be on his A game. And Jake Allen, it's not going to happen. It's got to be Markstrom. And we will go as far as Markstrom takes us, I think.
Yeah, I want to see the team that showed up against the Rangers in the first 10 minutes of this game and nothing else. Like that's
Now, now, Tim, you had sent over some stuff is that all the stuff that you were getting ready for next
yeah.
week?
I don't want to. I don't want to spoil the fun because I actually have been putting together PowerPoint slides, guys.
Ooh,
Whoa, we went
I've been
from
doing.
Excel to
Here,
PowerPoint.
here I can preview. Hang on,
yeah,
I'll
Little
preview
tease.
since.
Get everybody coming back.
yeah, just a tip.
For those of you listening, you can only see the chart if you download.
That's right.
Can't do it on screen.
You have to download on audio, and that's how you can see Tim's chart.
All
Okay,
right,
I will put
can you
it
see
up.
it?
Yes, I think that.
Actually,
Hang on one second, because there's two things here. I think this is it.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this one, I'm done with it. I might change some numbers by the time we get there just to update them. But the what I'm looking at is how we compare on a couple different categories. So this is top 6 forwards. Total goals, points, goals per game, points per game. The percentage of goals scored when our top 6 are on the ice versus their tops or the other teams that we've played, plus their expected goals. So across those 5 categories, they have the advantage in 3, we have it in 2, and we're even in 1. So it's pretty much a wash. I thought, honestly, like just looking at our best 3 forwards, like Jack, or sorry, not Jack, and this, like going through these numbers and looking at all this stuff without Jack in it is just so depressing. Because
Yeah,
like
I
if I
know.
can include him, we'd blow them out of the water in this exercise. So, like I said, Nico, Brat, and Timo are better than anything that they have to offer. The problem is their depth. So I'm getting into that a little bit more. So I'm also going to have bottom 6 forwards, same 5 categories. I was kind of debating on how to do the defense, but I think generally the way it works, most teams will have kind of a top 4D and then kind of a bottom pair.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the top 4 defensemen and then the bottom 2 defensemen, goalies. So these are season long ranks.
You did this one already.
Yeah, I did this one already, and special teams I did already. So our special teams are better, and our penalty kill and their penalty kill are pretty close.
Yeah, they're pretty
Our power
close.
play blows theirs out of the water. Goalie comparison. This might be a little misleading because this is all 3 of our goalies combined, or actually it's just Markstrom and Allen versus
Right.
Kochetkov and Anderson. And Anderson's been hurt most of the season, so some of their numbers are struggling. His save percentage is actually 911, so he's actually pretty good right now. And Markstrom has been had a pretty rough ride. Probably his last 10 starts, except for maybe 3 of them.
Yeah.
So coming into this, they may actually have a goaltending advantage overall comparatively on the season. We have the goaltending advantage. So I just got to finish some of these numbers. Just
Looks
honestly,
That's awesome, Tim.
yeah, but looking at their D, like, dude, it is depressing. We need Dougie back in the worst fucking way. Like, it's really bad. I can actually hang on. Yeah, I can just show you.
It's gonna look. It's gonna not gonna be an easy series. I mean,
hang on.
the Devils were to win this thing. It's gonna be 7, 6 maybe. They get lucky. We have a hard time beating Carolina at home, and we got to start there. And if you start the playoffs this year the way we started both series in 2013 or 23 rather, we're not going to see Game 5.
Yeah.
We will get swept in 4. What's this, Tim?
So this is just a spreadsheet that I'm getting all the numbers from.
Okay.
So like the biggest issue really where it comes to defense is just this bottom, like our bottom 3. Like anytime you're below 50% in any of these kind of metrics, it's not good. And their top 6 decor is just outstanding. They've been very fortunate. They've had
You want to get that off?
for fuck's sake. Yeah. I'm like my computer's dying right now.
I saw you clicking X.
They've had cancel. Sorry, hang on. I want to.
Lost your
Oh
train
no!
of
What did I
thought.
just do?
You didn't do anything. I got something
I
here.
think I just lost the chart that I was working on. I think I just lost the chart I was using.
Oh, I don't have anything.
So anyway, no, it's all right. I'll find it. So basically, what is it? Chatfield, Orlov, Burns, Gossespear, Slavin, and there's one more I'm forgetting. There's the three pairs that they've had. They've basically been together the entire year and haven't been hurt and basically played every single game. I
Yeah.
think Ty Smith snuck in a couple of games, and they're getting Nishikin what is coming
I'm
over
disappointed.
from
we take
Russia.
one of their
So
we take one of their main cogs, and it still looks like advantage Carolina. That bothers me.
Carolina is the complete
But-
opposite of a box of chocolate, Bobby. You absolutely know what you're going to get.
Is
it a
the
good
thing-
time?
they are going to spam us with shots and try and suppress shots, and that's what they do. What we need to be able to do is and we would be much better shape, like looking at this exercise, like when I don't know, 3 months ago when I looked at the best decor in the league. We were the best decor in the league. Carolina's was second. So losing Siegs and losing Dougie was just a massive blow to this decor. Obviously, like that's not like, but like, the numbers like all prove that out. I hope I didn't lose what I was working on. That would
Gonna
really
like
suck.
diving into that, man. That was pretty
Yeah,
detailed.
that's gonna be fun, and we can really sit down and look at the actual proof of who is the better team going in. I mean, it's just who has advantages in certain spots. I think are important. I think we absolutely have the advantage in goaltending. I expect Markey to play fantastic, and I think that could be the reason if the Devil it will be the reason if the Devils pull this series off. But again,
Sounds like our first pay-per-view. Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
and we need to play this series physical. They've got to initiate the physicality and
From jump.
make Carolina meet that, because I think the Devils have the advantage there. I do. I think that we can wear their forward group down a little bit if we play that way, but we got to do it, and we got to
I would
do it.
love
over
to
a
see you
7
come out
game.
running people over and just showing Carolina kind of like, what the fuck are they bringing right now?
Like
They-
how we
they're
came
the
out
whole-
when we played the first game against the Panthers in Florida. We had those 2 games against
Exactly.
them.
That's
That
it right
first
there.
game
Yeah.
where the Hurricanes are
Yes.
like, what? I mean, the Panthers were like, what the frick? We had no idea that this team can play like
And they
this.
still couldn't regroup for the second game either.
Nope.
Yeah,
100%.
there's still that 2-year-old narrative that we're small, fast, and soft. We're not a small,
Mhm.
fast, soft team anymore. But like you said, they need to be able to manufacture that energy and that effort, and I think they will in the playoffs. We've seen them rise to the occasion and seen them be able to generate that energy. Just going into the hate palace that is Lenovo Center or whatever the fuck it's called.
Ooh.
Hopefully,
hate
Yeah,
the
I hate
horn.
even more next. You got a stupid.
hopefully
arena
nobody
game.
threatens to mail any of us a pipe bomb or something.
Oh, screw them.
Our
Screw the
address is
Hurricanes.
listed as Newark, so we're okay.
Exactly. The Rock got a package for some
that's-
Uncle
yeah.
Puckers.
That's the least of our concerns, right?
Yeah.
All right, we have a new game, and we're going to try and play this every week. It is non-hockey based. We can throw like certain hockey things in once in a while if we want, but we're basically going to do a snake draft of the week. So we randomly picked the order before we came on the air. So it's going it's going to be Bobby, me,
Randomly,
and Tim.
right?
It's always
You fucking guess who's
Bob-
going last, guys?
But you also go right after that.
But it's
First
also
and third.
this is also about your opinion on something. It's not like
Right.
I'm taking away.
So
Yeah.
we're going to do a
If any of you
3
take my
round.
ridiculous choice, okay, go ahead.
We're going to do a 3 round snake draft. And then we are going to post the question and our answers up on X, and anybody that wants to can vote on whose they think had the best one, and that will decide the order for us moving forward next week. Today's category is best Sylvester Stallone movies.
Yes.
So this is now, Bobby, you have the first pick in the Stallone
Big
snake
responsibility.
draft.
It
It
is.
is
What-
a huge responsibility.
Don't fuck up
What
the
are you
first overall
starting
pick.
off with for your favorite Sylvester
I have-
Stallone movie?
I have got to say, first of all, this started off as just kind of like a little joke, and I found it very hard to do this because I mean, come on, it's Sly, right?
Yeah, I'm with
Some of
you.
the people listening to us maybe won't get it. They've only seen him as an older actor or whatever. Like, Us three, we were literally like preteen watching this guy beat people's asses at an age where you're growing up thinking you're tough and you want to beat people's asses. So
That's
this
true.
is Sly. This is like a dad. And I almost wanted to be like, is there any way I can group like franchises? Okay, Rocky franchise,
No.
Rambo
You can't steal
franchise.
the entire Rocky
I
franchise.
know,
on your
because
first
it's so
pick.
hard to kind of
cannot.
cherry pick out of those.
Well,
where
there's one
you wanna
Rocky
go.
movie that's clearly better than the rest. So,
And I hope you agree with me on this, because
right.
I am going to start with a Rocky movie,
all right.
and it will be a controversial pick.
There's only
before
one
anyone
to pick
gets
with your
that
first pick.
It ain't fucking Rocky 5. There's no goddamn way it's Rocky 5.
No.
However, Rocky 4
Yeah.
is the
Okay.
ultimate Rocky movie. I understand one's the great story. I understand 2 is like the most sought after in the franchise, and everybody loves Mr. T and the energy that came with 3. Rocky 4 is the best Rocky
Yes.
4, and I can't start a Sylvester Stallone movie cap without starting with the Rocky franchise. Therefore, it is Rocky 4.
That's the correct answer. Good job.
It is
Love you.
such the wrong answer. I don't even have
What?
Rocky 4 on my list of 7 Sly movies. I don't
Oh,
even have
get out
Rocky
of here,
4.
you fucking
Listen,
Russian asset.
I
Yeah.
have no problem with Rocky 4. I love that movie. I love
Mhm.
the soundtrack. I love everything about that movie.
If he
You know,
dies,
it's
he dies.
basically 2 hours of training
Yes.
montage, but it is not the
An
best
incredible
Rocky
training
movie.
montage.
Rocky and Rocky 2 are so clearly above Rocky 4 on every level. On
Yeah, you're going
every
movie
single
movie. No,
When
yeah,
was
level.
the
that's
last time you
movie
actually watched
movie.
the original Rocky?
About 2 months ago.
All right, never mind.
Now,
So
Now, okay,
Because
so
it's
hold
like
on.
it's
Ask
like
me
it's
that
like an
question,
hour
please.
and a half of him being like, Adrian,
it's
you
a
want to go
fucking
on a
love
date?
story. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic movie.
Tim,
What, Bobby?
ask me the question.
When's the last time you saw Rocky?
Right.
When was the last-
So when I recently went through my midlife crisis and I bought the Rocky Blu-ray set,
There you
just so everybody knows, I watched number 4, then number 2, then number 3, then I went to Rocky Balboa. I didn't even watch Rocky. That shit is
Well-
old and slow. Get out of
It's
here with Rocky.
slow. It's
Rocky
slow.
4
It's
all the
like
way.
him standing on the porch being like, "You're gonna go on a date with
You
me?"
guys wouldn't know a good movie if it came up and
All
slapped
right.
you on your fat
All
little
right.
asses.
Think
Just
you're
wait.
wrong.
You
Just wait.
to
Just
say
wait.
that
2-1
Rocky
right now.
All right.
4
All right. All right,
is
Chris.
better.
All right,
And
Chris.
with my first round pick, I am shocked it's actually still on the freaking board. I mean, this was the Caleb
Well, there's been
Williams pick,
one-
and
there's
you
one
picked
pick.
Rocky
Only been
4.
one, yeah.
It's
There's
the
been one.
original Rocky. It's
All right.
number 1, period. The original Rocky. Great movie, start to finish. Yeah, boxing kind of take a second act to the original Rocky because it's just a story about a struggling aging boxer who falls in love with a, half, I don't want to say the word, woman who works in a pet store, and and it's just a fantastic movie. And then the boxing always culminates into just a great story. I'm going Rocky.
All right.
Before Tim goes, do y'all remember like when like Rocky 3 came out and we were all like, "Holy shit, Adrian's hot!"
Yeah,
Like you didn't
no,
get that in the first
Yeah.
scene. You're like,
They
"Oh,
took
who's
her
Adrian?"
glasses
Yeah.
off.
Like, damn.
Like to use a term from our time, it's like, what a glow up for her, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, was it that movie? It's like, oh man, if she just stopped using a ponytail and took her glasses off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's very easy.
Right.
Men are
It's
dumb.
70s to the 80s, man. Happened to some people.
All right, Timmy, your first round pick.
All right, this movie. I just fucking love this movie. It was classic 90s Demolition Man.
Love Demolition Man.
It's on my list.
It was on my list too. It was only a few away.
All
Now,
right.
Tim, you also get the first round.
I
I mean,
do.
first
I
pick
do.
of the second round.
This one might be a little off the grid. But I think this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
He's gonna
not
snipe it.
not of all time. It's an
You're
awesome
about
movie.
to snipe my movie. I know it.
Copland.
God damn it! I knew he was sniping it. That's the second time you've sniped my picks.
okay.
That's
There you
my
go.
that. All right, then.
That
because
is
of
another
this-
fantastic movie. It's more of a movie than kind of a typical Sylvester Stallone.
Exactly. That's
kind
what
of
I like
movie.
about it. And where he kind of,
And-
he plays a little bit of he's not all there. He's deaf in the one ear.
Yeah.
Not the leading man.
you know,
He's kind of like the
And where does the movie take place?
New Jersey.
Exactly.
great state of New Jersey is actually how we
Garden
pronounce it.
State. The
So I
Guardians.
got my first pick of the second round, and I was going to go with Copland, but that's a great pick, Tim. All right. This is a movie from the early 80s, might even be the 70s. Maybe not a lot of people have seen it, but it's a cop kind of thriller, and it's Nighthawks. And I don't know if anybody has ever seen, you guys have ever seen Nighthawks with
I
Billy
don't.
D.
I don't know that
Williams,
I
Billy D.
never have.
Williams, and Sylvester Stallone. It is a great movie with an awesome ending. Yeah, I'm going Nighthawks number 2.
I'll look it up. I have no opinion on that because I've never seen it, but
Fair
I
enough.
mean, it's kind of 1981. Sly Stallone, Billy D. Williams. That's kind of
Yeah.
hard to. That's kind of hard to
You,
ignore.
you know it's going to be awesome, right? Like,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
do you-
I'm just looking at um the like screen grab or
yeah,
the thumbnail. Yeah, it looks awesome. He's got a goatee and like long hair.
he's got the long hair.
Yeah.
Yep, it's an awesome movie. So yeah, that's my second round pick. Bobby, your first pick of the second round.
Okay, so again, we're talking about how this was kind of the enjoyment and kind of part of your life growing up. And in this next franchise that I'm going to pick, I will openly admit that the first installment is probably the better movie. But for the one that meant more to me as a young child, it was Rambo First Blood Part 2. I saw this in the movie theater with my mother at like 12, I think I was, tops. And my older brother at the time didn't believe it, so he had to question me, and he was like, okay, when Rocky is being tortured and all that, he's like, what does he say back to the the colonel or whatever? And I was so excited because I was 12. I was like, he said fuck you, which he did, but he's like, no, the other thing, what he say? I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, Murdoch, I'm coming to get you. I'm like, that's just badass shit right there. I love it. When I got the Rambo set, that's the first one I watched out of that set too. So
You really were going through a midlife crisis.
yeah, well, it was 2 separate years, but yeah,
Old Bobby just sitting on his couch when he's 12, just like
started with the Jeep Wrangler, and then it was Rocky, and then it was
There
Rambo.
you go.
It's just like
Well, Bob, you get the first pick of the third round. Who do you want? What's your final pick here?
this is awful because there's so many great movies. I'm going to deviate from what I wrote down. I'm going to deviate from what I wrote down because I already did these 2 franchises. So I'm going to skip ahead, and I'm going to go to Die Hard on a Mountain and go with Cliffhanger.
Great movie.
Love me some Cliffhanger. I had Rocky 2 and First Blood, the original, in there too, but that seems like a sellout to me because I picked the other 2. So I'll go.
Incredible. One of the best opening scenes in a movie of all time.
Yep.
Just sets you up where you're like, what just happened?
Yep.
And also
No doubt.
set me on a path of never going rock climbing in my fucking life.
I love that movie. I saw that in the movie theater.
This John Lithgow's the bad guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, my third round pick, you see, like originally it was First Blood. Like that was what I was putting. I love that movie. Can't go wrong with it. But I'm looking at some of these movies and I gotta go with a horrible movie. This is not a good movie. But I saw it when I was a kid in the movie theater, and I probably have seen it about 10 times. And he's so bad in it. But no, it's not.
No?
It's
Okay.
not. I did see that in the movie theater. I did
Not
see
over
Over the
top.
Top in the movie theater. I am going
Thank God.
Tango and Cash.
Oh, that was
That's
right
my
here.
third pick.
I got it.
That was good.
And
I thought
Russell's
you were
awesome
going
in
I thought you were going a different direction on that.
Love that. Hey, I just saw this thing. Did you guys know that like Sylvester Stallone hated First Blood?
Really?
They were so. I just saw it today. They were so worried, him and some other producer or whatever, that the movie was so bad they tried to buy it back from the studio, and they said no. And then what they wound up doing is they just said, well, basically, how do we make it better? And Sylvester Stallone just said, I had so many terrible one-liners in there. Think like Arnold Schwarzenegger at his worst. Think like Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, like those kind of bad lines that they had to take them all out. He's like, the best thing you could do was like cut my dialogue to almost as little as possible to make it a good movie. He was actually very afraid that the movie was going to suck.
That's the
And I
complete
love
opposite of the movie. It's a fantastic movie. That might be like his best all-around movie. You know what I mean? Like that and Rocky maybe, but I just I didn't put it on there because I just that little personal connection to Tango and Cash, like as my childhood, because I loved it when I was a kid, and then when you watch it again when you're
I
older,
definitely I thought about it.
and you're like, this is such a terrible movie. It's
It's
awesome.
terrible.
Yeah.
There's an honorable mention here that we'll probably get to too, but that Tango and Cash is one of those movies like when I first couple years in college, like in lieu of buying cable, we just kept buying DVDs and you just
Right.
watch the same shit over and over again.
You
Tango
had
and Cash was
DVDs in
horrible.
college?
I'm
I
old.
was I was cranking through VHS tapes.
Actually, I didn't get my first DVD player till first year of graduate school. So VHS before that.
There, it's my pants.
All right.
Hey.
When I was
So
getting
Bobby-
my PhD, I used to watch Tango and Cash all the time.
Bobby's snake draft of the week consists of Rocky IV, Rambo: First Blood Part 2, and Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Mine is the original Rocky, Nighthawks, and Tango and Cash. Tim, Demolition Man, Copland. Man, those are great fucking movies.
I think
All
I
right,
told
what do
you.
you got for number 3, Tim?
Being a sports podcast, I'd be remiss not to pick one of Sly Stallone's greatest achievements of all time.
Bull
Movie
Riding?
Victory.
Oh, the soccer movie.
Yes.
Wow, dude.
Good callback. I completely forgot he was even in that.
I really like this because you just cemented my win.
I don't know. If I was
Sly
voting,
Stallone playing soccer goalie, like some of the action sequences in that are fucking ridiculous.
Keanu Reeves
But it's
playing
got-
a hockey
it's-
goalie.
It's got Keanu Reeves was a hockey goalie, but it's got
know.
it's got Pele in it, Michael Caine, Max von Sydow. Great.
I
That's a
tell
good
you,
pick, dude.
Love that movie.
if I was voting on this, I think I might just go to with whoever picked Copland because that is such a
That's
great
such
movie.
a good movie.
But I just said that
Um,
about 10 of these movies, so I don't know what I would pick.
Maybe we should have gone like
I like
5
mine.
rounds.
I mean, just for sake of it here, like, my God, I can't see my shit. So honorable mentions, right? Obviously, we got
Yeah,
the Expendables. We got Cobra. Nobody brought that up. Lock Up.
Ooh.
That's a traditional kind of like, 90s just bust people up kind of
Daylight.
movie.
Judge Dredd.
Daylight. Oh my God, I didn't even see that on the list.
I
Daylight,
completely
yeah.
forgot about Daylight and Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd
And then
was
the old
terrible,
over the
though.
top that I
Judge
thought
Dredd
for
was awful,
sure
but
Chris
it
was
was
picking
so
over the
perfect.
top.
Like Judge Dredd was like so perfect. Yeah, over the top. How did we like if we started getting to like
someone was
round
doing it.
5 on this? I thought it was like we're slim pickings after like maybe three rounds.
I would
I'll
sit
stop
down.
or my mom will shoot.
Oh
Like
God,
how that didn't win an Oscar is beyond me.
I would sit down and watch any one of these 9 movies that we just mentioned right now.
would
Like
too.
as
I
soon
might
as we're,
actually
they're
watch
all
I
great.
even put down the Rocky Balboa because that
I have it
speech
on
he
my
gives
list.
to his son about how winning is done. I'm like, dude, it gives me chills every time. It's so
Actually-
stupid. I love it.
I really
I have
liked,
Rocky
Nobody's gonna hit
Balboa.
harder
I
than
really
life.
liked Creed and Creed 2.
That's
Creed's a
I
great
did too.
movie.
Creed was on my list. Rocky Balboa was on my list.
Yeah.
Demolition Man, Copland, Nighthawks, Rocky 2.
What about
It was on my
Zookeeper?
list.
Zookeeper, was that on your list?
I don't know
That
what
was not
that
on my
is.
list.
Apparently, I think he plays an animal voice in that. I don't know if that.
Oh, okay, it's animated.
Speaking of which,
Alright.
have you watched Tulsa King at all?
No.
No, I want to.
It's a great
good.
show. It's a really good show. It's perfect. Like he's like a mafia boss that basically gets exiled to Tulsa, and he winds up like basically setting up a little like gangster operation in Tulsa, centered on like a weed dispensary. It's fucking hilarious and great.
I
It's just a
wanna-
great show.
There's a show on Paramount Plus with Pierce Brosnan, Mobland, I think it's called.
Yeah.
About the Irish mob, and I wanted to start watching that, so that looks really good. I hear so many good things about Tulsa King.
Tulsa King's
So-
good. I've been watching The Pit. It's like a new kind of medical drama on
ER.
HBO.
Oh yeah.
It's like an ER with Noah Wiley. It's really good. It's
Noah Wiley's in it.
Noah Wiley. Yeah, I know.
It was exactly like ER.
Well, it's better. It's kind of grittier. Like it's like a real ER that's like a fucked up place. I don't know. It's
Okay.
just and it's kind of more like there's more urgency in it, and I don't know. I just really like it.
They say stat more. They yell.
I
I need
also-
stats of stat.
Did you
What
guys
the
watch
hell is that?
White Lotus?
I've
Yes, we're on
been
season
another
2.
show I really want to start watching.
All right. I just finished season 3, so when you're done with it, we can discuss.
I only got one problem. This isn't going to spoil anything. Tim, of all the characters, I did not care to see return for season 2 because they do not overlap in a traditional way at all. You can watch season 2 without watching season 1.
Yeah.
There's one character came back. That was just so annoying in the first, and that is the whoever played Stifler's mom in the American Pie.
Jennifer
I
something.
can't stand her.
Ah, well,
I
yeah,
cannot
well, she's in the
stand
first
her.
two seasons at least.
Yeah,
Uh,
she does not make it through the end of the second one. So sorry.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's a spoiler.
Spoiler alert, but
I told you I
Well,
wasn't done with it. But that's cool.
no,
I've been
oh shit,
addicted
I'm
to-
sorry. Fuck,
I
I
don't
fucked
care.
that up.
I'm actually
I-
very happy now. This night
I've
started
been
off
a-
shitty, and now I'm happy.
I've been addicted with Daredevil Born Again. What an amazing
I gotta
show.
get into
If
that,
you
too.
guys have not seen the original Daredevils that were on Netflix 3 seasons, highly recommend you watch all 3 and then you watch the 2 seasons of The Punisher and then go to Disney Plus and watch Daredevil Born Again.
Do you guys realize from like a top level view how much money we could have made in sponsorships in this podcast alone? 'Cause we have pumped up food franchises, movies, actors, like
HBO.
Netflix.
Yeah.
The
Jesus,
Stallone
we're
will be
doing shit
sending the
wrong.
check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
THPN's
I'm sure.
gotta up their game.
All right. On
Yeah.
that note, we are actually going to get the heck out of here and wrap this thing up. And like I said, we're going to post the snake draft up on X, vote on it, and please send us any ideas you have for other snake drafts that we're going to do, and we'll give you a shout out and we'll do it. You can reach us at unclepuckers@gmail.com or on X or Blue Sky at Uncle Puckers. If you're listening, a 5-star review, a download, a positive comment helps a little podcast that could. And if you're watching our pretty little faces, please hit the subscribe and the alert bell. We really do appreciate it. For Bobby and Tim, I'm Chris. We're the Uncle Puckers, and we'll see you when we see you.
Bye-bye.
Fuck off, Elcat.
You're not going to be able to say that after next week.
Nah, he already did fuck off.
Yeah, he is.
It's over, Johnny. It's over!
Sorry, Rambo